Hey guys, it's ArchieLuxury, ArchieLuxury channel. And where am I today? I'm in Singers. Bringing you content. That's what I'm doing. I'm bringing quality content to the viewers. Not buying views, not buying subs, just making amazing vids in the most amazing locations in the world. ArchieLuxury, the greatest YouTube celebrity. Cut. Hey guys, Paul Pluta on the Paul Pluta channel and the ArchieLuxury channel. Unicorn shit. It's as rare as rocking horse shit. A little bit more common in the marketplace. Guys, I'm wearing the t-shirt. I want to talk about Rolex. I want to talk about Rolex lists. That's right. See, what's happened for a long time, you went into the Rolex dealer of your choice and you put yourself down on the list. That's correct. Many ADs, you put yourself on the list. When the piece comes in, they will give you generally 24 to 48 hours to come in and pay for said piece. Interestingly enough, it also, once these lists get a bit full, it's then impossible to put your name on there. I've heard of many people. Last year, Scotty, my good friend Scotty, unicorn shit. Scotty was trying to put his name down for a Rolex Submariner Sports with date. They wouldn't even take his name down. They wouldn't take his name or a deposit because they know how very hard it is to get these pieces in. The Rolex lists, and it's a very interesting thing. Whilst I was in Singapore, I set about talking to a few ADs, and it would seem that the list is starting to disappear. A good friend of mine told me last year, this was Alan. Alan told me last year that in Bangkok, the Rolex store at Bangkok International Airport, they just put Steel Sports Rolex in the window. If you are lucky enough to see it and have enough room on your credit card, you too can get a Rolex Steel Sports. This is what the world is coming to. Rolex Steel Sports is it's impossible to get. So some of the ADs, Alan was saying to me, I told him the story about my friend who got a Submariner steel ceramic date. He just went into the AD and he managed to get one. I explained, and Alan said to me, that's exactly how it is in Bangkok. You can't put your name on a list. You can't pay a backhander and get them to hold it secretly. It's pretty nasty shit. Interestingly enough, me and Dave were walking around some ADs, and Dave told me a story. He went into one AD who had this huge cube of Rolex steel. He didn't know whether they were sports or a mixture of sports and Datejust and Oyster Perpetuals, but it was basically, there seemed to be a man from mainland China who he was on a cell phone, and he appeared to be like a mini dealer or a grey market dealer, and he basically, Dave kind of just stood in the corner and watched, but it was basically a 12-page invoice. 12-page invoice. And this is what the situation is. I know many VIPs who I'm not going to name them to protect the guilty, but last year this particular person, very wealthy Hong Kong Chinese collector, his auntie in Hong Kong was sort of a VIP at this store because she was hugely into jewelry, as the rich, super rich are, and she used to be able to get Rolex Steel Sports. Not anymore. mainland Chinese dealers are coming in and buying cubes. This is what it's called. It's a cube of Rolexes. And we witnessed this firsthand in Singers in Singapore. Basically a mainland Chinese dealer. He was buying, there was 12-page invoice. A gigantic cube of Rolex steel. I was trying to, one of the guys who saw this was trying to be discreet, so we didn't go through it and see if it was Daytonas or, but a lot of Datejust steel. I suppose there would be Oyster Perpetuals in there, and Rolex Steel Sports. They're basically buying, and they're buying a cube of watches, and we're talking millions of dollars here. A 12-page Rolex invoice. Fuck, it's it can only happen in Singapore or Hong Kong, but that's what these grey market Chinese dealers are basically doing. And you can't really be angry. I don't think there's any. I've got no hate or animosity towards the Chinese dealer. He's just paying the piper. He's buying a big quantity, and he's trying to get the best deal he can. But he's prepared to buy a cube, and that can be, you know, a cube is pre-assigned pieces. There'd probably be a sprinkling of sports. There'd be a sprinkling. There would be a day dates. No, sorry, no day dates. Sorry, that was a steel pile. There'd be Datejust, Oyster Perpetuals, Air Kings, Milgauss, Explorers, Explorer 1 and 2, GMT maybe. That's a very hot watch. But this is the way it is. They are coming into the marketplace buying a cube. That's what it's called, a cube. And how do you compete against that? If someone is prepared in one foul swoop to pay retail and buy harder to sell models like Datejust and Oyster Perpetuals, harder to sell models as a package. So they kind of, it's just an incredible market. And they may have a Batman in there, they may have a Hulk in there, they might have some other interesting Rolexes, but this is the way it's gone. It's the super Chinese. AD has moved in and he's taken it. He's taken it, man. He's ready. He's paying cash. As I say, a 12-page invoice. It's amazing to see these dealers with these super customers. So how do I feel about it? I'm not angry at all. I mean, I don't have any animosity. I've got 5 Rolei, fuckers. I've got 5 Rolei. So, yeah, to help mine go up. So, what's good for the gander, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, fuckers. So, I think it's interesting how when you hear that the mainland Chinese are buying up these pieces, they're committing to a 12-page invoice, a cube, and a steel, Rolex steel. That's all the requirement was. They bought a cube, and they'd be hard to sell models like maybe some 36 mils, maybe some ladies, but it is amazing. This is what is happening. This is how the market is going. So fascinating, very, very fascinating. To see it in honkers firsthand is amazing. Rarer than unicorn shit. That's right. I kid you not. Rarer than unicorn shit. And just amazing. Absolutely amazing. So hey guys, if you put a big enough order in, you too can get some of the Rolex Steel Sports models. I'm Paul Pluta. This is the ArchieLuxury, the Paul Pluta and the ArchieLuxury corporate channel. Tell me, guys, what you think of this video. What do you think? Is that how you interpret the Rolex market? The Rolex Steel Sports and also Rolex Steel. Put some comments, like, subscribe, tell your fuckwit friends, and put some nasty comments below. I'm Paul Pluta. Tell me what you fuckers think of that. Hi guys, it's Paul Pluter, the method actor who plays ArchieLuxury. And today guys, I'm putting a video together. I've just landed, I've just come back from Singers. And as rare as Rocking Horse, or well, I couldn't find a Rocking Horse t-shirt, but this is a unicorn t-shirt, as rare as unicorn shit. Let's talk about Rolex Steel Sports. No, the cough is still there. Guys. Live from Singapore, Rolex Steel Sports found in an AD. That's correct. Rolex Steel Sports found at an AD. So basically, I went to Singers with my good mate Dave. And we met up some other friends there too. Vladimir and Damien. Really cool fuckers. And they were on a hunt. They were on a hunt looking for Rolex Steel Sports. And, you know, it's one of these things. You go into an AD, because in Singapore, there are ADs everywhere. Everywhere. Everywhere, man. There's Rolex ADs. And you just say, hey, you got any Rolex Steel Sports? And you know, they get a bit pissed off because everyone's asking the same thing. And I wanted to report back. It's generally very, very tough to find Rolex Steel Sports in Singapore. Very, very hard. Very, very hard indeed. It's fucking impossible. Very, very impossible. And I gotta tell you, I've looked everywhere. I was everywhere, man. And, you know, I was giving up. This was the last day. I went there for a week. I arrived on the 20th, and I left on the night of the 26th. And in Australia it's the 27th. I've just come back, had a bit of a snooze. And I gotta tell you, any Rolex Steel Sports, everyone's looking for Steel Sports. And, you know, it's kind of a legend. Do they even exist? Do they even exist? And guess what? Guess what? One of the guys in the little group, the cliquey group, he went into one store and they had just put out a Rolex Steel Submariner date ceramic. Brand spanking. Brand spanking. And I think it was about 10 something Aussie. Take off the tax, it was low 9s. Singapore has I think it's 7%, but I think it's 7, but they don't give you the full 7 back. There's an administrative processing fee, which is user pay, like everything in Singers. And I've got to tell you, it was absolutely amazing. So basically, you guessed it, they just put out a Rolex Submariner Steel Ceramic date. One of us, the trio, well, I don't know, how many was there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of us were on the prowl. I didn't have the money to pay for that there. And I got to tell you, it's... I couldn't have bought it even if I wanted to, because I didn't have the money. I'm a bit Pepsi maxed, if you know what I mean. And I've just bought the Rolex Explorer 1, which I love, the 39mm. But guess what? Guess what, fuckaroonies? One of the guys in the group, I think it was Damien, actually bought the Rolex Steel Sports Date. So how's it happening? What is happening? And the answer is simple. They basically put one out. It was about 7:30 at night. I don't know if they do a set time, but basically 7:30 at night, it was put in the window, and it went. It went. So it's an interesting thing. It's an interesting thing. And I've got to tell you, there you go. That's a tale of success. You go around looking for Rolex Steel Sports watches, eventually you will come up trumps. And this is pretty amazing stuff. It is pretty damn amazing. And I got to tell you there, this is how it works. So basically, they not having lists in this store, they just put it out. Whoever's first to see it, grab it, put it on their credit card. That's how most people pay for these things. They've got themselves a Rolex Steel Sports at retail. Amazing stuff. Absolutely amazing. And I gotta tell you, man, I gotta tell you, it's pretty exciting. If you can get a Rolex Steel Sports at cost, there's instant profit if you want to flip it, if you want to cash it in, or you can just enjoy it. The mythical Rolex Steel Sports, it does exist. So I suppose the moral of the story is keep asking the ADs when you're on holidays. They may get the shits, but you may come up trumps. It does exist. So I got to tell you, that was a very, very lucky call. Be ready to pull the trigger. No, you can't. They won't hold it. No, you can't come back tomorrow. You will miss out, fuckers. You got to squeeze the trigger. Pull the trigger. Don't fuck around. If you see a Rolex Steel Sports desirable model like the Submariners, No Date, the Daytonas in steel, or any of the Rolex Steel Sports, the good models. Well, I mean, what's a bad model? Tell me that. Probably the Yachtmaster 2 in steel is probably a little bit, that's a bit of an acquired taste. But unicorn shit does exist. Yes, you can find it. So that's a Rolex success story from Singers. And you just keep knocking on the doors, asking, excuse me, any Rolex Steel Sports. You never know your luck in the big city. I'm ArchieLuxury. Tell me your tale. This is post Basel World 2019. Supply is getting harder. It's getting very much harder. Tell me if you've been able to secure your Rolex Steel Sports of choice. Tell me, fuckers, what you think of that.
This will be some good footage for you.
Yeah, why not?
After this chair, stand on the yellow box, alright? After.
Okay.
Alright. One yellow box, two. Chair come, just sit on the yellow circle. Yellow circle, 3, 2, 1, 6. Alright, legs apart, please. So legs apart. Your
Legs apart, legs apart.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Okay.
Oh. Fucking hell.
Take you anywhere, hey?
Can't take you anywhere. Fucking hell.
You don't mind heights? You look like it.
It's a bit late now, Dave.
I didn't know you didn't like it.
This video.